Good day everyone, and I am Cyrus L. Espinosilia. Today, I'm gonna be presenting to you about the Bristol Airport cyber attack of 2018. So, the focus of this is authentication and access control in airport IoT. Purpose of the study: analyze a real airport cyber incident, identify security weakness, connect the incident to module concepts like authentication, access control, or the RBAC, MFA, zero trust. Yeah. Always remember zero trust because it's really important. And I also want to show you how better security could reduce the impact. So this case was really a devastating case. Why? Because it caused a severe delay in the airport itself, especially in the flight status, etc., etc. So why does it matter to study this one? Airports depend on IT and IoT systems. Cyber attacks can disrupt critical operations. This case shows what happened when security is weak. So, this means that any little any little passage or any little vulnerability in a security or in the cyber security might cause a lot of problem. So lastly, we analyze weaknesses using module concepts. Let's focus to the incident. It happened in the year of 2018 in Bristol Airport in the UK or the United Kingdom. So what malware or what attack is it? So the attack is a malware attack or a ransomware attack. So a ransomware attack is an attack wherein parang nakaw lang or parang hostage. Kunwari, ay kukunin kita pero kailangan may kapalit to. So ganun siya. So the result, flight info screens went offline. Gaya nga ng makikita nyo dito. So ayan, there are passenger delays occurred and manual operations used. So napakalaking problem ang ibinigay nito. It caused a lot of problem, especially to the passengers. So ayan, yung impact, disrupted airport operations, slower passenger processing kasi nga bumalik sila sa manual kasi nga dahil lang dun sa attack. And next is damage to severe reliability, loss of digital services. So digital services kasi nangyayari siya online where like mga kiosk, like mga online kiosk, ganyan. Ito yung mga sample pictures na nakuha ko online. Correct me if I'm wrong, kung ito nga talaga siya, na-search ko lang din. So, what are the main security weaknesses? These are the reasons why they have access. So, ito raw yung mga dahilan kung bakit nakapasok yung attacker or the cyber attacker. Number 1, weak or insufficient authentication. Nowadays, napaka-importante na yung two-factor authentication. At baka mabanggit din natin yan mamaya. So, standby. Next is too much access given to systems or users. Dito mangyayari at dito magko-connect yung sinasabi natin na RBAC or the role-based access control. Kasi dapat hindi lahat may access. Kunwari, ganito yan. Ako, manager ako. Ikaw, sabihin nating mas lower level. Kunwari, ano ka, junior developer, mayroong senior, ganyan. Hindi ka pwede maka-access sa kung ano ang meron ako. May role ka lang at dun ka lang nakabase kung pwede kang mag-access or hindi. No strong segmentation between systems. Segmentations happen especially on network systems wherein there are a lot of cables and connections to the network. Kunwari ganito yan. Merong mga parts or segmentation, ang sinasabing segmentation yung pagkakahati-hati. Example, yung pinaka-source ng server, ang server is dun kinukuha lahat ng connections. Papasok siya dito, tatapon papunta kanino, pupunta sa Wi-Fi public network, which is yun yung pinakamadaling pasukin, is the public network. Eh kung wala kang segmentation, galing kay public network na binigay mo, galing sa server, diretso agad siya doon. So wala siyang kahirap-hirap. Parang ano lang yan, pagbukas mo ng gate, wala kayong pinto. So ano mangyayari, 'di ba? Yung magnanakaw pasok agad sa bahay nyo. So ganun siya nangyayari. So 'di ba mas maganda nga kung nakasegment siya. So, may gate na kayo, may pinto, meron pang pinto sa kwarto. Ganun po. Next, lack of layered security. So, dito tayo. How better security could help. To reduce or prevent security incidents in airport systems, the control discussed in the module should be properly applied. First, strong device identity and authentication must be enforced. Every IoT device, such as cameras and sensors, should have verifiable identity and must authenticate before connecting to the network. This prevents unauthorized or compromised device from accessing airport systems. Ayan, sabi nga nila, strong device identity and authentication daw. Maganda nga itong gamitin. Why? Kasi, nowadays, magagaling na rin ang mga cyber attacker. Akala nyo, minamaliit nyo lang sila. Hindi mo alam, na-attack ka na sa simpleng mga bagay. So ngayon, isa na to sa pinakamagandang paraan para mahirapan silang pasukin. Next, second, role-based access control or the RBAC. Ito na yung sinasabi ko kanina. Should be used so that the users and systems only have access based on their job roles. This ensures that each role has only the minimum access needed, which reduces human error and limits the damage if an account is compromised. Ganito yan. Gaya ng sinasabi ko kanina. Sabi dito, limits the damage if an account is compromised. Wherein, example, kinuha yung identity mo as a manager. At least, dun ka lang. Sabihin natin, hindi pa rin maganda. Pero, di ba, at least na-segment at naipasok lang doon, nandun lang mismo. Hindi na siya makakapasok pa sa iba. Kasi nga, isang access lang yung napuntahan niya. Kaya napaka-importante yun. And, importante din ang RBAC kasi nga, hindi mo pwedeng makontrol kung ano yung may access yung iba. Kung ano lang yung trabaho mo, yun lang ang focusan mo. Next, third, multi-factor authentication should protect administrators and critical system by requiring more than one factor, such as password and smart card or biometric. MFA makes it much harder for attackers to gain access even if a password is stolen. Ganito yan. Nung panahon sa Facebook, pag nag-login ka ng credentials like password and username or number, direkta ka na papasok. Ngayon, in-improve siya ni Meta or ni Facebook. Nagkaroon na, di ba, ng number. Pag nag-type ka ng account mo sa ibang device, kailangan na agad ng multi-factor authentication, which is yung OTP. Pwede rin dito magamit si biometrics like facial recognition na ginagamit na ngayon ni Google or ni Chrome to access or to define if it is really you, the user or the owner of the account. So eto, hinighlight ko, never trust, always verify. Fourth, the zero trust security model should be adopted. Zero trust follows the principle never trust, always verify. Ganito na yan, explain ko na lang. Ang sinasabi sa zero trust, example, nakapasok ka na sa dalawang factor authentication. Hindi ibig sabihin nun na may access ka na sa lahat. Kailangan, every nadadaanan mo, kailangan mo pa rin ng, let's say for example, for the zero trust security, you've entered a room. There are so many doors. If you don't have the zero trust security, after using the key to open the first door, you can already access the main lobby, you can already access the CR or the washroom, you can already access the rooms or the bedrooms and the kitchen. But in the zero trust security, after accessing the main door, you should still use a key for the rooms. For the kitchen, you still have to use the key for the washroom. So, that's how simply explained a zero trust security is. Finally, best practice for access management should be followed, including maintaining an inventory of devices, enforcing strong authentication, using RBAC consistently, applying network segmentation, this is really important, and monitoring system activity. Together, these measures ensures that only trusted users and devices can access critical systems and that security incident limited in impact. Using these many security features doesn't mean that you are already safe. It needs a lot of time to maintain so that it would limit the impact. The key lessons from this module is to verify users and device, not just to trust them. Give only minimum access needed, protect critical systems with multi-factor authentication or the MFA, assume breaches can happen. always zero trust. So the conclusion, the Bristol airport attack demonstrates the real-world risk of cyber threats to critical airport systems. The incident highlights that weak authentication and access control can lead to serious operational disruptions. By applying security measures such as multi-factor authentication, role-based access control, and the zero-trust security model, the impact of such attacks can be significantly reduced. Strong security controls are therefore essential to ensure safer and more reliable airport operations. And that will be all for my presentation. Thank you so much, everyone.